Beautiful. Here we go. Hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have EVERDAWN. And they have a new album called Cleopatra, which released on February 7th, and this is kind of long, but via Laser's Edge Division Sensory Records. I just want to say Sensory Records, but everything I looked at, Richard, had this big, long sentence.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're technically, their distribution company, I guess. I don't know. I think they have a few different types of like labels and stuff, and Laser's Edge is like what is like the, I guess, manufactures and distributes the stuff. Mm-hmm. So we're under the Sensory Records is who's the label, and then that's under the, I guess, the Laser's Edge umbrella, I guess, really.
Okay.
So
cool. Sensory Records. And so, like I said, Richard, we're being joined by Richard right now from EVERDAWN to share what's going on in this amazing record. So, Richard, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Great to have you on. And I love the fact that's a George Lynch shirt, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Beautiful. Mr. Scary. I flippin' love George Lynch. I'm going to say that out loud.
Yeah, no, he's one of my favorites, definitely.
Sweet.
He's up there.
Yeah. What is it about? Because you got some stuff on your wall there that I can see. And I guess my question is, what is it about George in particular? Did he influence you at all on this record? Or is it just kind of like quietly, in the back of your mind kind of thing?
I don't know if he influenced me on this one. I don't know. He's just, he has like a really unique style. And, he's got the, his sound is, evolved over the years. It's not the exact same as how it was in Dokken and early Lynch Mob and stuff, but his vibrato and his certain licks and stuff, Mr. Scary, the song, the instrumental, definitely some killer playing. So yeah.
Boom. Truth be told, because I'm a guitar player as well, and during lockdown, you know how it gets. You practice the same stuff for so long, and eventually you just stop practicing because you're like, got to work on it, but been there, done that. I'm bored of it. And I was thinking, what can I work on? And I was like, I wonder if there's like, a songbook or something out there of George Lynch. And there is. And so I picked it up. And so I've been working on just like a collection of songs that are like his leads and his rhythms and things like that, and just breaking it apart. And, something I haven't done since I was like 15 years old, but it's cool to dive into that. And so when I saw the Mr. Scary shirt, I thought Richard is the coolest dude I've met all day.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah. Speaking of that, I got, I think probably in 2004 or something, I had gotten, I guess before stuff was on YouTube, I had gotten a DVD from George's website, the REH video. I don't know if you've seen those videos on YouTube of, he's got like this long solo thing in the beginning of it. And it's like an instructional DVD type thing he put out in like 89 or 90. And I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't, because it shows him like recording some guitar solos for Wicked Sensation and stuff like that. And he breaks down some of the guitar solos from Dokken, certain things from the song Mr. Scary, and a bunch of different stuff. So it's definitely worth checking out if you're a George Lynch fan.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And speaking of EVERDAWN fans, take us through this record, Cleopatra. Is it then a concept record? Concept album?
No, it's not a concept album. It's, individual songs. But, when we came up, when we put together the song Cleopatra, and just like, the song just, had this epic feel, and we figured that, there's so much imagery associated with that and the Egyptian theme, and we thought it would really make a cool, not only a album title, but cover art and different things, and so we and plus the song itself is kind of a distillation of everything that we want the band to be. It's got some heavy drums and guitars with melodic vocals and keyboards and all the stuff that we want EVERDAWN to be, kind of all rolled into one. So we thought it was a good centerpiece for the album, and that's why we kind of named it. And again, the imagery that goes along with it. So we thought it would make a cool cover and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it does make a cool cover. I mean, take us through that. I mean, this cover looks, I want to say it looks expensive. That's what I want to say, Richard. It looks expensive.
I mean, well, we had, I mean, it took it was a lot of time to put that together. A lot of back and forth between the artist and the band, especially our singer, Alina, was very particular about the imagery and the even just the shadowing and the way the blood and everything, and making sure that the cats in the picture are historically accurate and in breed and things like that. So there was a lot of time spent on it. We thought it came out amazing. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, then hopefully she's watching, because one of the first things I noticed was when it came to the cats and the blood, I thought there's a lot of detail that where it's spilling and where the cats are looking, I bet was spent on that.
Yeah. A lot of time, so I hope people actually, get to actually look at it maybe in a physical medium or something, because, if you're looking at it at your phone, listening through Spotify or something, some of that detail will be lost, but,
Well, that brings up a good question. Is there going to be like a vinyl?
I was told it's going to be... Oh, the vinyl? I hope so. I haven't heard anything about that yet. I guess it's probably depends on how much, how well this does. And what the, if people want a vinyl, I guess, if there's a drive, a demand for it. I mean, I think it would be really cool to have on a large scale cover of a vinyl album. So We'll see.
Fantastic. Now, due to connection issues for a second, we were kind of cutting each other off, and you were in the process of saying something. So I just wanted you to, if you remember, what was it that you were saying?
I was talking about the vinyl album, having it on an actual big sleeve, I think would be really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Sweet. Okay, now let's talk about the production team on this one, because I've got to know that it was mixed and mastered by the same guy who does Opeth and Riverside and Catatonia. So take us through how that ended up happening. Have you worked with Dan before in the past, or was this something that was almost kind of like a long shot dream? Like, man, it'd be great if Dan could do our record, and you reached out and he said yes because he likes to work.
Actually, our drummer, he had done a project quite a few years ago. It was more of a melodic death metal project, and Dan Swano had mixed and mastered the song they had done. And our drummer Dan was like, "Man, we should maybe have Dan Swano mix and master this." So we reached out, or we had our drummer Dan reach out to him, and he said, "Yeah, he was really into it." He was kind of glad, because again, he does a lot of heavier death metal, melodic death metal kind of thing. So he was really intrigued and excited to work on something melodic, something a little bit different. So
something where he could actually make the snare sound like a snare and not just a pa.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. And then this is also exciting, because I think I'm gonna chat with Thomas next week. Actually, I'll have to ask him actually how to say. Is it Therion? Yeah, I think Therion. Yeah. Okay. How did he get involved on the track Your Majesty Sadness?
Well, we had when we were under the moniker Midnight Eternal, we had done a European tour with Therion back in February of 2018. We did a portion of their European tour, and we became friends. And our drummer again had become pretty not close, but close enough to where they were hanging out during the tour and things like that. And when we were putting the demos and stuff together, and we wanted to have a special guest on the album to do some vocals, something to bring a different sound to. And I had originally sang the male vocal part on the demo, and that was really the only song that we could think of fitting something in male song singing wise. So we sent Thomas a message, and he was down to doing it. So we sent him the song, and he recorded all his vocal parts. I think in Spain, I believe, is where he lives now, and sent them over, and they sounded killer. So we went with it.
Wow. Very cool stuff. So what it sounds like is that it's important to have a drummer who knows people.
Yeah, he's a good networker. He's people like him. He's a super positive guy, and easy to get along with, and yeah, he's very good at approaching people and stuff like that. So it's good to have in the band.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And one of the other tracks that actually I think came across my desk first was Stranded in Bangalore, which is a killer track. And the funny thing is, when I saw the whole Cleopatra thing, I thought, okay, this is a story about Cleopatra being stranded in Bangalore, and I thought that doesn't make any sense. But now that you mentioned that it's not actually like a whole concept album, is this a tour story? What happened in Bangalore? Why were you guys stranded? Did you have a good time at least? Did you get some food? What happened?
No, we didn't. We didn't actually get stranded in Bangalore. I don't know. Our keyboard player had come up with the idea. The song is kind of set in Bangalore, but it's more like having to do with the struggles between your heart and your mind, and the different types of situations you're placed into, where sometimes, as much as it doesn't make sense and you probably shouldn't do it, your heart tells you to do something, and you kind of have to go with that. So that's basically the underlying subject matter of the song, and it's kind of just veiled and placed in Bangalore. And again, I don't know exactly how he came up with that, but again, it's a cool kind of imagery, and again, it had a certain ring to it, and again, sometimes you just got to go with those kind of things.
I'm looking it up right now. Be honest, I didn't know where Bangalore was. It's in India.
Yeah.
Well, of course you knew that, Richard, but I didn't know that until just now.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, what's it famous for? It's the Silicon Valley of India, an IT hub.
Yeah, I guess a lot of if you call technical support, I guess you're probably transferred over there at some point, maybe.
Yeah, if you're stranded, at least you get Wi-Fi.
It's probably good, yeah.
It probably is very good. Now, speaking of being stranded, and this album, was it written and recorded and all this stuff during all what we'll call the chaos of 2020?
No, this was actually recorded in 2019.
Oh, okay. So you guys had it all good then. So then was it, shall I say, delayed because of 2020 then?
Yeah, there was, we had finished it, and it was like mixed and mastered like around the end of October of 2019. And then it took some time to shop it around to find a label to put it out. And then when we got signed to Sensory is basically when everything shut down, very beginning of March. And so then everything kind of got, hit a standstill, basically. Nothing was going on for a while. And again, like I said, we took our time with the album art, so that took some time because the artist was busy and things like that. And then we wanted to release the album like in November, but the label didn't really want to do that. And so we were like, well, we want to get the music out there, because people, keep just seeing pictures and posts on Facebook and Instagram, and they want to hear some music. So we're like, we got to get this out. Even if we can't tour at the moment, we got to get the album out. So that's why we finally kind of reached the February release date.
Mm-hmm. A lot of arguing going back and forth. Angry phone calls. No, do it this way.
I don't, not really. I understand where they're coming from. This is a tough time. Mm-hmm. And, every band's going to be working on music because they can't be playing. And
yeah.
But, again, we wanted to release this and get this out because, we're already working on the next album. So we want to just get that out there and then, have something in the wings to be ready to be released when maybe by that time we'll be able to play and stuff like that. So that's about, we've been working on new tunes. So
yeah, that brings an interesting question, because usually, and I don't know, maybe it depends on the band. Sometimes bands are going to write whatever they want to write regardless. But I know a lot of bands take feedback from albums and put that into the next album. What's it like writing a second album before even the first album's been released?
I mean, yeah, I definitely, I hear your point. I mean, unfortunately, we just don't have that luxury, and we wanted to stay productive, and, again, our singer's in Canada, so we can't really rehearse like a normal band right now. And since everybody else is in New Jersey and Alina's in Canada. So we were like, we got to just keep going. We want to, start working on the next album, and, because it's still going to be a while until everything opens up anyway. And so we figured this is the best time to start working on it, and hopefully hit the studio in the spring or summertime of this year. There's over 20 ideas being worked on, and so we got plenty of material to work on for this next album.
I see that. So I just found her. She's in Hamilton, the city of steel.
Yes, Hamilton. Yep.
Yeah. In case anybody didn't know that, they are known as the city of steel because that's where a lot of steel manufacturing was. And similar to Brooklyn, it's going through a, what do you call that? Gentrification or whatever?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Where a lot of the old factories are being turned into restaurants and cafes. And
so it's going through its hipster phase.
It's going through its hipster phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Used to get made fun of a lot by people in Toronto, and then it became a really affordable, trendy place to live. So now it's not being made fun of anymore.
Oh, well, I guess that's a good thing, right? I mean,
yeah. It was actually touted as one of the best places in Canada to live for a while. I don't know about now, but for a while it was. Sweet. I mean, obviously you guys are pretty close, but how did you then guys get in touch with her?
Through Mike LaPond, our bass player from Symphony X Fam and Ross the Boss and things like that. He had done a project, I think some kind of, I can't remember the name of it, but he was playing bass for a certain project. They had a certain gig in Chicago, I believe, and she was singing at that show, and he recommended her, and so we got in contact with her, and we sent her a song to record her vocals on to see if it would work. And then we had her come down to New Jersey to do a in-person audition, and just it clicked. So
very cool stuff.
Yeah, we went with her.
And the world is getting smaller. I chatted with Mike back, it looks like the episode aired in August, so I chatted with him last summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was releasing The Assassins.
Right, Silent Assassins, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Were you on that?
The second album.
Yeah, were you on that at all?
No, I'm not on that, no.
No, wah. Groovy stuff. Now, you mentioned that you guys are working on a new album. Is that basically the plan for 2021? Just kind of ride the year to see where it goes and work on a new album?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's our main focus. And, our manager still, I mean, again, our manager will keep us informed if there's any kind of touring opportunities, maybe in the fall or something, second half of 2021. Mm-hmm. We also want to try and do a music video for the album. So we're still trying to work on the logistics of that and see what we can do. So in the meantime, yeah, the main focus is the new album. Working on that, as well as, promoting this current album with different videos and content and stuff like that. So
okay. Very cool stuff. Well, Richard, is there anything else that you wanted to chat about that I did not bring up?
I mean, no, I just hope everybody who watches the show checks out our album. We have a second single that's going to be coming out. It'll be out by the time this video airs, which is Your Majesty Sadness. It's going to be a lyric video, and it's got some great imagery. So definitely check that out. And you can follow us on our different social medias for updates.
Okay. Very cool stuff. Yes, I've got the main website, everdawnofficial.com. which I imagine has all the links for everybody's favorite social media there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, again, our social medias are basically, youtube.com/EverDawn official. Same thing for Facebook, facebook.com/EverDawn official. And the same thing for the instagram.com/EverDawn official. Again, if you just search for EverDawn official on those apps and sites and stuff, you'll find us.
Okay, perfect. And then if the Your Majesty Sadness lyric video is available for me in time, then I will have it available in the show notes. So anybody watching on YouTube, down below will be a link available to it. Or if you're listening on Spotify, again, in the description, there should be a link. And even if you're on the home site, rockmetalpodcast.ca, then in the show notes, there will be a link for it.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah. Boom. Awesome. Well, unless there's anything else, I just wanted to thank you, Richard, for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
All right. Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.